Hi, in this video let's talk about a contrast between abstract classes and interfaces. And I'll use an example here of the Donkey Kong game. So I think we're all familiar with video games. So in this game here, who are the characters? So if I were to say I'm going to make a class for each character, think of who's on the screen. Well, we have Mario, and we also have a gorilla, and the princess. Are there any other characters? Well, actually the barrel could be considered a character too, even though it's not maybe an animal or human. But if we were to make a simple UML diagram for Donkey Kong, we could take game character as an abstract class. If you look at all of these characters, they all share something in common. They have a name, they have a location on the screen. It looks like they have a direction, whether they're facing center, left, or right. There might be other things that we could define as common to all of them, but the main idea here is that they all share some common characteristics, and that would make them an ideal candidate to be a child of an abstract class. So the real question in this video is, how do you take a difference between an abstract class and an interface? So let's take a look at the next screen here. So if I were to say all of these people are identical, they're not quite identical because I have not yet accounted for some of their actions. For instance, the barrels can roll, the gorilla can throw a barrel, Mario can jump, and the princess, I think all she can do is scream. But we could say we have some classes that are interfaces for these characteristics. So first of all, I thought of one called killable. All right, so this means that the character can die. So in your game, you might have one hit be death, but in this, it looks like take a hit would make a person lose some health points. And die, obviously, is to kill the character and respawn. So who would be a killable character? Well, Mario obviously would fit that description. Then we have a movable object, and so this would also be another interface. And so in the case of Mario, you could be both killable and movable, and so he can implement two interfaces. So movable, it looks like we could turn, we can move, we can jump and climb. So then the last is the audible interface. And so I was thinking of the princess as she being able to yell help. And that's about the only thing that she seems to be capable of doing. So if I were to apply these, I would say Mario implements the killable interface. And then we would also say the barrel could do movable, and Mario could also do movable. So the gorilla and princess probably don't get movable. The last class that we could put an interface on is audible. And so the princess can yell, and it appears from the game that all she can do is yell help. And so there is a contrast. You can see on the left side, if you're thinking of a collection of common properties, you're probably going to have to design an abstract class. If you're thinking of common methods and you want them to be implemented in different ways for different characters, then you can think of an interface. So going forward in your development, think of these two primary uses for these two different kinds of classes.